Number 1. Moon lovers. When a total eclipse of the sun takes place, Go Ha-jin is transported back in time to the start of the Goryeo dynasty of Korea during King Taejo's rule. She wakes up in the body of the 16-year-old Hae-soo and finds herself living in the house of the 8th Prince Wang-wook, who is married to Hae-soo's cousin. She soon befriends several of the princes and meets the ostracized 4th Prince, Wang-seo. Although knowing she should not get involved in palace intrigues over the succession to the throne, she inadvertently becomes a pawn in the struggle, as several of the princes fall in love with her. Number 2. The Red Sleeve. In Korea during the second half of the 1700s, Yisan is an aloof and perfection-loving young prince. His father's killing haunts him, although it leaves him in the position to take the throne once his grandfather, the cruel and ruthless current king responsible for Yisan's father's death, dies. He is resolved to become a benevolent monarch who will reform the law when he eventually takes the throne, but the way his father was killed has scarred him emotionally. At court, he meets a young woman named Sun Deok-im. Yisan falls in love with her and tries to convince her to become his official concubine. But Sun Deok-im is strong-willed and free-spirited. She is also intelligent enough to understand that becoming a royal consort to the future king is a prestigious role, but one that would restrict her freedom and likely bring her little in the way of joy. But Yisan's love for Sun Deok-im is true, and she starts to understand that forming a union with him could ultimately benefit his troubled realm. Number 3. Rookie historian Gu Hae-ryan. The story takes place at the beginning of the 19th century. Gu Hae-ryan is an intern to become a palace historian. However, it was not acceptable for women to write historical records at that time. She takes one step at a time to create her own destiny in Joseon, where Confucian ideas are deeply rooted. She wants to fulfill her duties as a historian and prove to the world that everyone is equal. Along with the fight of the female palace historians, the drama will tell about her romance with Prince Yi-rim, who has a secret of his own. Number 4. Alchemy of Souls. Set in a fictional country called Daeho that does not exist in history or on maps, it is about the love and growth of young mages as they overcome their twisted fates due to a magic spell known as the Alchemy of Souls, which allows souls to switch bodies. It follows the story of an elite assassin named Naksu, whose soul is accidentally trapped inside the weak body of Mu Deok, Jang Yukei's servant from a powerful and noble family in the country. The young master of the Jang family, Jang Yukei, holds a dark secret about his scandalous birth. He wants the formidable assassin to help change his destiny. Number 5. Lovers of the Red Sky. During the Joseon dynasty, a young woman named Han Chun-ki is a painter, a true rarity in Joseon, Korea, where Confucian values dictate that such pursuits are unsuitable for a woman. She was born blind but somehow managed to acquire a sense of vision, and now she has been accepted to the most prestigious art college in the land. One day, she meets Haram, an astrologer whose fate is the polar opposite of her own. Although he was born sighted, he lost his vision in a childhood accident. Regardless, he is also in possession of an astounding talent that allows him to read the future by tracing the movement of the sky at night despite the fact that he is blind. The duo is sucked into the machinations of the royal court, particularly those involving two princes, the free-spirited Prince Yeon Myun and the cruel, scheming Prince Ju Han, a man who longs to become the next Joseon king. Number 6. Mr. Queen. Jang Bong-won is a South Korean chef who has risen up the ranks to cook for the country's top politicians in the Blue House's presidential residences. After a serious accident, he finds himself in the body of the young queen, Kim So-young, when whisked away to an era deep in Korea's past. While Queen Kim So-young's husband is the reigning monarch, King Cheol-jong. He is so in name only. The late King Sunjo's queen, Sun-won, has taken advantage of King Cheol-jong's better nature and is ruling the realm in his name, and she faces competition from her own brother, Kim Joo-gen, who also has designs on power. Queen Kim So-young will come to discover that her husband harbors some secrets and is not as gentle and meek as he seems. Number 7. The King's Affection. The story is set during the Joseon dynasty, at a time when twins were considered an ominous sign. As a result, when the crown princess consort gives birth to twins, an order is sent to kill the daughter. To save her, she is secretly sent out of the palace. A few years later, the twin daughter Dami returns to the palace to work as a maid. When the male twin, Lee Hwai, loses his life through a case of mistaken identity, their mother, having recognized her daughter as court maid Dami, persuades her to take Lee Hwai's place. Although she distances herself from everybody, Dami starts developing feelings for Yoon Ji-woon, her original first love and later teacher who comes from a noble family. Number 8. Hwarang. The names of just a few Hwarangs are recorded in history. Not many people these days truly know about Hwarangs. How did they start? How did beautiful-looking young men become at the center of unifying old Korea's 3 kingdoms? To these countless questions, we look forward to finding the answers. Let us tell you a story about their friendships and love. Number 9. Love in the Moonlight. To protect herself and her family, Hong Raon disguises herself as a man and counsels men on dating. Due to a love letter she wrote for a client, she meets Crown Prince Hyeomyeon. Raon is unaware that he is the Crown Prince, and Hyeomyeon is unaware that Raon is a woman. Soon after, Raon is forced to become a eunuch by loan sharks, and the Crown Prince and Raon become interested in each other. As Raon tries to survive the palace and the Crown Prince navigates his journey to become king, will their love prosper? Number 10. Moon embracing the moon. 13-year-old Hyo Yeon-woo, the daughter of a high-ranking official, accompanies her mother to the royal palace to attend her brother Hyo Yeon's civil service examination congratulatory ceremony. By chance, she comes across Crown Prince Lee Hwan. They fall in love, and Yeon-woo is chosen as the Crown Princess of Joseon. Before they can marry, however, the Dowager Queen secretly orders her death, in order to install Yoonbo Jeong, the daughter of a family clan, as Crown Princess, thus securing more power for herself. She orders the head shaman to cast a spell on Yeon-woo to strike her with an unknown sickness. After dying, Yeon-woo is resurrected from her grave but loses her memories. All believe her to be dead, including Crown Prince Lee Hwan, who refuses to love another. 8 years later, Yeon-woo returns as a shaman named Wol, meaning moon. Meanwhile, the young king begins to investigate the death of his love after seeing the grown-up Wol. But he is fighting against time because the queen's powerful political clan wants him removed from power. Number 11. Kingdom. No sooner does the Joseon king succumb to smallpox, do the rumors of his death begin. The Cho clan, the clan of the pregnant queen, and her father, Chief State Councilor Cho Hak-ju, declares the Crown Prince a traitor. Questioning the circumstances surrounding the king's death, the Crown Prince and his guard, Moo Yeon, set forth to locate Lee Sun-hui, the last physician to treat his father. But the two end up stuck with assistant physician Seo Bai and a mysterious man named Yeon Shin in a village plagued with a terrifying disease.